Being recorded.
Well, good evening, everyone. Look at all these rockin' smiling faces, Governor Brian.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Beautiful. You bet. Well, good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining our first virtual club chat of the year. We've got a lot of things to go over here. I'm going to mute that one for right now. Frank, microphone. We'll chat with you a little bit later. Our agenda for this evening, we've got a few introductions to do to start off, and then we're going to do some slide presentations. And then the second half hour, we're going to open it up to chat. If there's questions, if there's club sharing, anything like that going on, we want to hear about it. We want to hear from you and everything. So I guess first off, just want to point out a few people who's on. We've already heard Governor Brian's voice, and we'll hear a message from him in just a few minutes. Also with us this evening, I'm just looking at my screen here. We have Vice Governor Julie Weaver with us this evening. Welcome, Julie. I'm trying to look to see if we've got some lieutenant governors on. I know we had some scheduled to be on. Don't see any right now, and if I'm missing somebody, sorry. From the international level, we have the privilege of having with us our vice president, Kathy Szymanski, smiling there. I saw you sneak in, Kathy. I know you've got a busy week with board meetings, and we'll give you an opportunity to say a few words here too. And Brad Boyd, our Kiwanis International Area Director, is with us this evening. So we've got a lot of folks. But let's get started with some presentations, and then we'll open it up to chat. Give me just 1 second here to share my screen. Make sure I share the right screen. Okay, well, hope everybody knows today's October 16th. That's where we are. And we're into a new year. Governor Brian, would you like to start things off and go over some of your goals and your theme for the year?
Sure, I know everyone's here to hear about these wonderful goals. First off, Jody, what are you going to spend that $1,000 on? Wait, I don't care. Okay, here we go. Love you, Jody, and you can throw some of that love at me anytime. Is that your dad back there, or no? That's your husband. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Every year, governors get to set their goals. Mostly these goals are based off of what the international president has put out, and I've reflected some of the things that he also finds important. But very quickly, membership, as always, is the big thing that drives the train here. My goal is kind of low, but I want every club to end the year up at least a minimum of a +1 membership. That means you got one more than you started with. Internationally, KI tells us we'll lose about 4% in each club, no matter what happens. People die, they move away, they get other jobs, those kind of things. So we have to replace that 4%. Plus, a few people may decide that Kiwanis is not for them. So we need to replace them with fresh folks. And I ask that you do your due diligence and keep up to date with that. Also, servant leader programs, SLPs. Very important. That's the reason why I am a Kiwanian. I'm also a Lion. However, I've been everything under the sun. But Kiwanis is the only service organization that develops leaderships at all levels in schools. And that's the reason why I joined. SLPs. So I want each one of our clubs to either sponsor or co-sponsor. Let that soak in now. If you're afraid of sponsoring one, I totally get it. It's scary when you go out there and you talk to that school superintendent who has all kind of challenging information about Kiwanis, and you're going to have to change his or her mind. But once you get started in an SLP, it makes you feel a lot better. It makes you see what we're about. So if you can't sponsor one, or you don't have the dollars or the people available, perhaps get with a sister or brother club and help co-sponsor their SLPs. Also, any club that sponsors all 5 levels of SLPs, they're going to receive an award at our convention next year. It's a super secret award. I'm looking at Cadillacs or Lamborghinis or something like that. The big ask, I want each club and division to offer to assist the music department of their local school district in some fashion. What I mean by that is you reach out personally and talk to the music educator and introduce Kiwanis to them and say, we'd like to support Kiwanis Rocks. We'd like to support your music program. How can we help you? I've already had 2 clubs out of our 136 clubs, 137 clubs. We already have 2 positive reports back that they've established a good working relationship with the music instructor of a local school or parochial school or homeschoolers, because everybody needs help, and they're going to help take tickets at a concert and also some other small tasks that people can help out with. So not only does it assist the club, but also assists the school and our little Kiwanis Rocks themes. Think of that, Kiwanis Rocks. You got to have a theme, right? And so this is the theme that kind of stuck with me. Music has always helped me through my entire life, and more about that later, not now. But Kiwanis Rocks, you're gonna hear it at mid year, and you're definitely gonna hear it at the convention. By the way, I'm looking for band members. If you play an instrument, you don't even have to play well. I want to know. So we're getting the band back, guys and gals. So let me know. We are going to play. I'm going to be checking in with each division lieutenant governor every month. And I do the 1-minute drill. How's it going? What are we doing? What do you need help with? Just 3 questions, very quick, down and dirty. We're in, we're out. We're just checking with you. And I'd ask you to help your lieutenant governors out and support them as we go throughout this year. Also, we have enlisted the Retired Governors Association, the past Governors Association, the past Lieutenant Governor Association, to aid and assist in changing our leadership culture so that people want to be leaders. We had a little bit of a challenge getting a couple of our lieutenant governors positions filled. We got them filled, but I don't like using the same people over and over and over again. Thank goodness for them, but we need fresh blood. We need people to get in there that's been a president and are ready to take over. So, and finally, I want to make this fun again. You will have a good time. In the Army, we used to call this mandatory fun. It's kind of like when you go on a canoe trip and you end up in the canoe with the chaplain. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have a good time. Any questions on the goals? Pretty easy, down and dirty. I'll be checking in with you throughout the year. Next slide. Let's rock. Okay. This is exciting. This is exciting. You might have heard a little bit about this. You're going to be hearing a whole lot more about this, and I need your help with this. Michael Mulhall, the Kiwanis International president, current president, he's got this pilot program called Kiwanis Voices. And what it is, it's for young adults ages 18 to 26. Only those folks, 18 to 26. They don't have to be in college. They could be in the military. They could be working in the factory. They could be living in their parents' basement playing PlayStation 5, which, Jody, if you buy me one of those, I would really appreciate that. But we're looking for individuals in that age, 18 to 26. And Michael has this. This is something that he really, really wants to work on. He wants them to establish relationships with other Kiwanians and individuals in this club of 18 to 26-year-olds in Kiwanis Voices. They are Kiwanians. They are Kiwanians just like we are, except they're in Kiwanis Voices. What does that mean? They are in a club. Most likely, it's going to be an internet club, internet based, so they can be from anywhere in the world. I've got people in Malaysia right now that they're talking to me because they're not going to be starting their Kiwanis Voices just yet, but they'd like to get involved. So we are going to pull some people from Malaysia into our Kiwanis Voices Club. So if you have a granddaughter, grandson, great grandson, or anybody you know, especially like from church, that maybe they're going to college and they don't have a Circle K at that college, or the Circle K that's there meets at a time where they cannot meet, perhaps Kiwanis Voices is a good option for them. And here's what your district has done for you. We have determined that we had enough money to pay for the first 4 clubs, Kiwanis Voices clubs. Now that's 15 people per club. Do the quick math. 15 times 4 is 60. So the dues are $40 a year. Our district will pay for the first year. Plus, we'll pay the $100 that you have to put down to start the club. The only thing we need, guys and gals, we need a sponsor club. And we've already got one in Bellevue. We've got one in North Central Lincoln. I hope I got that right. Keith Prettyman up there is doing his thing. I'm doing the Bellevue. So we've got 2 more clubs available to be sponsored. So if you're interested, please feel free to contact me and let me know, and we're going to take off with that. Again, this is a 5-year global pilot program. So at the end of the 5th year, they'll take and they'll do an assessment on it. And if if they decide that they want to continue with it, they will. If not, then those individuals that are still members can then join the regular Kiwanis Club. And the cost you can see there is $40. But this first year, remember, the first year is free. So the only thing we've got to get here, folks, is a signature, electronic signature on an application. And I'll be sending those out again. I've sent them out once before to your lieutenant governors. I'll be sending that out again. But let's get it started. Let's get this thing going. The only thing stopping us is us. We've got everything we need now. We've got the bylaws, all 17 pages. Yeah, they're a legit club. So we'll get it started. They meet either once a month, every day, whatever this club, what these 15 people to start with, whatever they decide they want, when they want to meet, and they're going to be doing projects too. How are they going to do them? I don't know. But that's something these young folks are going to figure out. And I know they will figure them out. After 2 years, I forgot to mention, after 2 years, the dues that have been paid in will be returned to the club, and that club can utilize those dollars for a project of some kind. So with that, I'm all excited about that. So it's 4 of them we're going to do. I'm going to try my best to help you all get motivated and excited about this through December. And then I'm hoping we got all 4 of our clubs started. Then we're going to start working on our hard stand, our brick and mortar clubs. We're going to open a club in Gretna. We're working on Aurora right now, Gretna, and somewhere in Iowa. I wanted to do Perry, but right now that's kind of up in the air. Minden's kind of been thrown out there, a couple of others. So we're going to be looking in the spring for Iowa also. So I'm all excited. It's all about membership. It's all about fun. It's all about the kids. And with that, we're going to take questions at the end, Lisa.
Yeah, we'll do that in the second half hour or the half hour.
Great.
Yep. All right.
Love you guys. Keep it up. Thank you so much.
Right. Thank you, Governor. Let's keep rolling with membership. New clubs are awesome. We need to go that direction, but we also need to make sure that our current clubs are remaining strong and gaining new members and doing everything that they need to do to keep serving the communities. And that's where the club membership plans come into play. Hopefully, some of you recognize this worksheet from last year. This is the second year it's rolling it out, and we're asking all clubs to complete the plan again. If you did it last year, hey, it's going to be easy peasy this year. The worksheet, it's an 8-page worksheet. You kind of roll through and ask members what they think, how your club is going. So this year, like I said, if you did it last year, you can just kind of tweak that and roll through. The end result of that is that we're going to be able to nurture our existing clubs. This membership plan is an annual ask because it helps us examine where our clubs are today. It helps us strategize a little bit where we want to go down the road. We can analyze what works best for the clubs and help meet the goals. So the uh, tool toolbox, the club toolbox address you see there down there at the bottom is where you can access on the Kiwanis International site to get that 8-page workbook. And I don't know if the form is quite ready yet, but your club does not have to submit all 8 pages of that workbook. It comes down to just a couple simple questions. Basically, it's when you do the reporting, it's how many new members are is your club going to get this year? What's your goal for new members? And then how you're going to get them. Is it an open house? Is it a membership boost? Is it going out and contacting former members and asking them to join back in? So that's the simple plan. It really is simple, and watch the website for that, and there'll be more information on the district website as well. Something else we want to make sure that you are all doing right now is youth protection. Last week was Youth Protection Week. We're Kiwanians, we're about kids, and that means we all have to be about youth protection as well. It is an annual requirement for clubs to do training on the Kiwanis International site and the district website. There are training slides available. So it's not like you've got to come up with something every year. You pull the PDFs up that are provided to you, and you can do that training in a meeting. There's a sheet, a PDF that has the youth protection guidelines on there. Make sure you hand those out to members. If you train at a meeting, make sure you give one to every member, and members that aren't there, hey, shoot them the PDF of that, the training guidelines, and ask them to read through that as well. And then the final, to make sure your club has credit for doing that, is the secretaries need to make sure they check, there's a checkbox in Engage. They need to check that off, and it's in a easier to find spot than it used to be in Kiwanis Connect. So that's a really great thing. Something else timely right now is the awards, the achievement awards. I'm going to direct you to the website. You can see there's under activities, there's an achievement awards. We do not have mid-year anymore, the mid-year conference. We have the leadership day, as Governor Bryan alluded to a minute ago, but we still have the achievement awards. And those are coming up due December 1. And what these do is recognize your your club secretary, and if your club does any interclubbing, those are the 3 award categories. The criteria for each of these is on the website. The nomination form is on the website. Again, due December 1. And the other thing I want to point out, I have clubs tell me sometimes, well, I looked quick, and for example, for the exemplary club, there's 10 criteria, and my club didn't meet all 10 criteria. Hey, no problem. Go back and take a look at it again, because on some of these, you do not have to meet all 10 or 11 criteria to be eligible for this award. If you qualify 7, 8, you are in that category and submit. So please take a look at those. We've got amazing clubs in this district, and we want to make sure they're recognized. Last year, the Distinguished Club program was turned back over to International. They have a form that is almost near ready to come out. The clubs are going to be asked to self-report as far as the net membership and those kind of things. Kiwanis International has that information for your clubs, but there's some criteria that you will need to self-report, such as, hey, did you do your financial contributions to the um, foundations and those kind of questions. So there's a link on the district website to find that. And if you're interested in distinguished clubs, and again, I know we got some great clubs out there, be sure you check that out. District calendar is available right now on the website. That covers the whole entire Kiwanis year. Probably early November, the directories, the printed directory with not only the calendar, but also the list of leadership, your leadership team here in the district, will be mailed out to presidents and secretaries. And that last line there, I'll tell you, we're rocking this year for sure. We've got some really good things going on. And you can check out the calendar for everything that's going on. But just four things I want to mention for sure. Three are on this sheet here. That leadership retreat, boy, am I excited because I'm not going to have to travel too far from home next March. That is right here at the Lake Wanahoo Education Building, just north of Wahoo. That's going to be an awesome day. That's a beautiful facility, and we're going to have some fun with that. If you like some getaway time, there's no better time to do that than at the International Convention this year in Manila, Philippines. There's going to be some more information coming out about that, but seriously, take a look at your calendars. This is a great way to see another part of the world and meet some great Kiwanians from all over the world. So June 24th through 27th, put that on your calendars. The last date there, Governor Bryan alluded to, the district convention. Hey, we're going to have some fun. We're going to do some education, and it's going to be great. August 7th and 8th, Mid-America Center in Council Bluffs. So that's another definite thing. We want to circle those dates on the calendar. Something that's a little more immediate, because we got a quick date coming up here in on Monday, and that is the Unlocked program. This is a new program created by the Nebraska-Iowa Key Club. I know we have Tracy Domgard, Key Club Administrator, on, and if we've got some questions of her, we can address that during the chat period tonight too. But what I want you to know right now is check those dates out. This is coming up here really quick, and registration due Monday. And if you can't get students in, Tracy's got some students that want to go that don't have sponsoring clubs. So your club, if you're not able to get those students turned around, there's still an opportunity for you to be able to help youth out. Next slide we've got up, just make sure everybody's aware that we do have new divisions that went into effect October 1. This is the new map of how the divisions lay out. We went down from 25 to 16. So that's kind of the split there. And the last thing I do want to mention, this is an election year for regional trustees in divisions 5 and 6. So the regions are the red boundary lines. If your club is in one of those boundary areas, you'll be hearing from your regional trustee and lieutenant governors, and you'll be getting more information on how to do that. So the next slide I want to bring up kind of introduces one of our international guests, and I found out something today. Brad Boyd, is it your birthday? Is Brad on mute? Or did he leave us?
I cannot deny that. Yes, it's my birthday.
There it is. All right. Well, happy birthday, Brad.
It's great to be able to bookend the day with Kiwanis meetings. I had a 7:30 and then this one tonight.
Okay.
And I'm listening to one on the phone with the Eye of the Tiger clubs.
Okay. Well, Brad, any that kind of ended my formal presentation. Real quick, a lot of information there that we can chat more about, but do want to make sure that we hear from you and Kathy too. So long as I had you queued in, anything you'd like to share tonight with our clubs, what's going on?
It's just that, the beginning of a new Kiwanis year just is full of excitement and potential. If I were there in person, if we were all in person, I'd be passing out those 0 candy bars because we shouldn't worry about whether we didn't make our goals or whatever last year. It's a brand new year and a brand new opportunity for us to really focus on membership growth. I've told my boss, Chris Martz, and my colleagues that I have changed the name of my department, even though it's not official. And so you'll see on my address line of my emails, I'm area director in the membership growth and engagement, the global membership and growth and engagement area, rather than just membership and engagement. to me, membership is so broad-based that we really need to stick that word growth in there to really emphasize the need for us to be able to bring in more folks to join Kiwanis, to belong to our clubs, to get really engaged with our clubs, and then to really see how that can bring more hands for service, more smiles on kids' faces, and lead to more vibrant communities and vibrant, stronger clubs. And so that's why I'm looking forward to working with Brian, Governor Brian, and your team as we go forward through the year. I think the only thing I would mention is we just had a club opening and a club coaching call the last 2 nights this week, but we'll have another series. I think Lisa has some of those on the calendar for November. Every month we'll be offering those opportunities. So I really would encourage anyone to listen to those calls because they aren't really talking heads from the membership growth and engagement area. They're actually volunteer leaders. And so I learned something, even though I've attended most all of them, I still learn something new every time I get to listen in. And so I really encourage you to take advantage of those opportunities. You do have to register in advance. And the easiest way to keep up with that is to make sure that you belong to the Facebook groups page. You don't have to be on Facebook, but you can go to Google and put Facebook groups. And then all you need to put is Kiwanis International Membership Leaders. That's the name of it. It's a mouthful. But there's all sorts of tips, tools, best practices, new approaches that Kiwanians from all over the Kiwaniverse share with one another. And so it's a very robust site with a chock full of good information. And I guess I'll leave it there because the real Energizer Bunny is Kathy Szymanski. And you guys are so dang blessed to have our vice president be your board counselor this year. She operates at the 20, 30,000 foot level. I'm just down at the 5,000 level. So I'll turn it over to you to get with Kathy.
You bet. I think we did save the best for last there. Kathy, I know you've got a lot going on this week with international board meetings, so thank you so much for joining us. And as Brad said, I'll turn it over to you. What's going on?
First of all, I think everybody on this call would completely agree with me. Brad Boyd is Mr. Kiwanis. There's just no doubt in anybody's mind, but thank you for that, Brad. Oh my goodness, you guys, it is 7 o'clock there and all of you are wide awake, focused, paying attention. You had an agenda you stuck to. And let me tell you, for those of you who aren't quite understanding, I've been in Indianapolis since Sunday night and in lots and lots of meetings, and we won't get into the stress going on this week. But one of the things they were talking about was, Governor Brian, you're going to like this. They were talking about the Manila Convention. And there were 2 districts that they brought up that they were excited that were talking about Manila. Nebraska-Iowa, you were one of the districts. They were excited to hear that you guys were thinking, you threw the box away and you're thinking in this circle of how can we make this happen? How can we make this a trip of someplace we never would have gone and include Kiwanis? So congratulations, Governor Brian, on this, that you actually are looking at ways. The other thing, the Voices Club, no matter what people think about it, at the end of the day, it is a Kiwanis club to bring in younger members. We all keep saying we need younger members. It's this program, and Brian is leading the charge. We have a couple new clubs around the world right now, but the main district that's really focused on, hey, I'm not going to do 1, I'm not going to do 2, and so forth. Governor Brian, once again, I hate to keep calling you out on this, but truly, you are leading the charge with your other governors on, here's what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to do to make it happen. So thank you, everybody. I'm so excited to see all of you, and not the board. Brad will tell you they're very, very friendly, but it's just nice to take an hour and be with friends. And that's all I'm going to say. Thanks for inviting me tonight. I'm so excited to be a part of you guys.
Great. Thank you, Kathy.
Lisa,
yeah.
If I can interject real quick to follow
Go
up
ahead,
on
Brad.
that. I received a wonderful update from Jan Birch this week on her club and how they've sort of taken Paul Palazzolo's 5 elements of a healthy club, successful club, and everything. I didn't know whether you had a couple minutes that she might be able to share some of the excitement of how her club is turning corners.
You bet. This is we are on schedule, and this is where we're gonna throw it open to whoever wants to chat. Let's go. So Jan, lead the way. If you can find your microphone on.
Oh, there we go. I didn't know that I was going to be talking about that, Mr. Boyd. Uh, No, I emailed Brad that I was actually listening to some of the session speakers at International Convention in Pittsburgh. And one was our esteemed director, Paul Palazoa. And he was, at his speech, he was talking about the values and focus that we need as Kiwanis members. And oh boy, help me. Those values were, well, membership is one, sponsoring SLPs is another, having fun is another, and marketing. Anyway, there are two others. Anyway, I took those 5 different categories, and in working with my West Des Moines Kiwanis Club, we looked at all the different things that we're doing, and we tried to categorize what we're doing. And from that, we did some serious discussion about, what's really important to us and what do we want to continue doing? What maybe is something that we should be doing that we aren't doing? And so it gave us really a lot of focus. And so we're using that along with a chart that my co-president put together of everything that we are doing and what we're going to be giving up and why, trying to pare us down so that we don't feel like we're overworked and of course underpaid. But anyway, and making it so that we can start inviting people to join in with these things that we're really proud of. So that's just a little bit about what we used, how I used that information from the International Convention.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Jan, for sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Questions? We covered kind of a lot of information in that first half hour. Are there any questions on any of that or things that anybody else wants to share? Don't be bashful.
Joe Melcher has a question.
Go for it, Joe.
Yeah, Brian, what's the responsibilities of the sponsoring club for the Kiwanis Voices?
Okay, let me find my unmute button. The responsibilities for a sponsoring club for Kiwanis Voices. We have, you'll have a club coach come from the sponsoring club. Their responsibility is to make sure that they go on the Zoom call for each meeting. The club itself, the 15 people that compose the club, they'll determine what time they'll meet and how often they'll meet during the month. And so that club coach will aid and assist them with that. There's some minor things, the EINs and things like this. Most of the secretaries know how to do, and the treasurers. So they'll also be assisting with that. But pretty much that's about it. And then, of course, membership as well.
$100.
Well, that $100 is going to be paid by the district for the first 4 clubs.
Okay.
For the first year. And then once it's established, that does not repeat to my knowledge. $40 a year per member. We'll pay for that the first year. And then starting the second year, they'll pay their own way. Now, after 2 years, they'll get that $80 back to be used for a project. So the sponsoring club, there's not a tremendous amount of responsibility. I like it because of that. And you're able to reach out and touch at least 15, if not more, folks. And I've just started asking around my church. We've got a lot of kids that have graduated, that have gone off, and they're kind of lonely. And this is not a relationship, but it is building relationship. But we would. I'm looking forward to it. I'm just waiting to get my 15th person back, so I can get my club up and running.
What kind of a program do you see them having? What kind of responsibilities, goals, projects? Because it'll be virtual.
Sure. And this is something that they've been used to. They went through the pandemic. They know what it is to be virtual. There are always things that within the community they can do if someone else is in their area. Something as simple as a one and done, I call them, ringing bells for um, Christmas time, Salvation Army, these kind of things. But really, we want to put that into the hands uh, of the students, of the members of these clubs, and see what they want to get done. Most internet clubs, they do financial pieces. They'll collect $100 a quarter or something like this, and then they'll grant that toward whatever project they're looking at. Well, if you can remember, being 16 to or being 18 to 26, I didn't hardly have any money. Hell, hardly have any money at all. Jody's got all my money. $20 worth. But really, it's up to the kids. I know this is kind of a reach because we can't bracket it off and say you will do this. But the sponsoring club, they can have a lot of input in this and guiding these members to where they can make an impact on the world from wherever they're at.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I mean, if they were ringing bells for the Salvation Army, maybe one town offers that, maybe one country might have an opportunity, but
Hmm.
2 or 3 others may not have that, so they focus on something else, I suppose.
Sure. And we'll encourage them partnering with other service clubs in their area. And plus, they can always partner with another Kiwanis club. Because some of these kids are going to be from our club, at least grandparents.
Sure, sure. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
I think
Governor,
if I can interject, I think that they really could be helpful. There are so many clubs where I hear them wanting to sort of cut back. Jan sort of alluded to that in terms of making sure that you're not overworking yourself. And as we age, we tend to not want to tote and bale and haul crap around anymore. And so if you could get some of those members of the Voices Club to get involved with your service project, and they can do a lot of that setup for you so that you can maintain your impact in the community. We hate to see clubs curtailing activities just because of aging process and infirmities and things like that. And it's a lot safer to have those young strapping kids helping you out and everything. Just an idea. That also, I think in a metropolitan area, there's nothing that says that they have to meet virtually. So if there were 15 enough in the Des Moines area or whatever, they could choose to meet, in person as well.
Governor Brian, may I add a couple things,
Sure.
please? First of all, don't be in too much of a hurry to open that club. With the government closed, you can't get an EIN number. Keep that in mind. Second thing is you hit on a really good topic that they're lonely, and they seriously are. Our youth are very lonely. So whether they're meeting virtually or in person, they need this. The mental health of this age is incredible. They're stressing out a lot more than any of us did when they were their age. So opening a club so that they can just talk and be in a safe space, I really, really like that way to go about doing things. Nice job.
Just sort of piggyback on Kathy's, I was astounded this last week to read that 1 in 5 college students has an AI relationship, has an AI avatar or whatever that they're sort of having a budding relationship with, a friendship or a deeper type connection and everything. That just was really amazing to me.
Good questions on discussion on Engage. Anything else Engage related that anybody has a question on? You'll be hearing more of that coming
Is
out.
it fully, this is Joanne, is it pretty much fully operational now? We can get in there and use it. I've fished around a couple of times, but I haven't found.
Oh, I'm sorry, Engage. I said Voices, but yeah, Engage. Yeah, it is correct. Yep.
Yeah, okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. So it's done. And I was wondering if Tracy could give us a quick rundown, Tracy Domgard, on the Key Club. What is, you're having unlocked this weekend or next weekend, whenever. What else? Is there a Key Club convention coming up?
Our Key Club convention is in March. It is scheduled and confirmed for March 20th, 2 nights in Des Moines
Oh, close.
at the Hilton Garden Inn.
2 nights in Des Moines. Okay, that's the big one that, people put in their budgets.
It's a
Tracy, you wanna
bigger one.
It's what?
We can share a little bit more on Unlocked, if you will. I went over it really quick, so if you want to take just a minute and share more on Unlocked, go ahead.
The one thing I wanted to make sure that all those clubs that are in the Omaha area, I really want to make sure and everybody, all the Kiwanis are invited to Unlock. And we want you to come and see our keynote speakers if you can. They're speaking at they're both evenings, Friday and Saturday evening, as well as Saturday lunch. So we've really invested some money on those speakers, and I think you'll really enjoy it. But most of all, you're going to enjoy the kiddos. Look at Jan's got a
And
fly.
that's the $250. And I'm trying to fit that into it. I know some clubs have money budgeted for Key Club and Unlocked, and I gotta fish out in my own mind.
Okay,
What costs what and what's where?
Unlocked is this month. It's the end of the month. It's the 31st.
Okay,
And Unlocked now takes the place of both Key Leader that we used to do, and we asked you to keep that money in your budgets for this. It's a leadership seminar for all high school students, no
okay,
matter whether they're Key Club members or not. We want everybody to come, just like we are using a leadership structure. They're building
but it's still high
confidence,
school.
motivation through groups, and there is a structured curriculum there. We have 2 facilitators that are going to facilitate. Now that's the end of the month. It's for 2 nights.
And that's for a high school.
It is all high school students,
Okay.
yes. And
And
just
you
so
said
that
it was for both Unlocked,
Friday,
the place of
Saturday
two
night.
things. Yeah, it takes the place of 2 things, the Key Leader and what else?
It takes Key Leader, and it used to be that we had a fall rally
Oh,
where we
okay.
invited all Key Club member or non-Key Club members, as well as Key Club members, to come and talk about what Key Club is and let your friends know what it is. And so we wanted to combine those 2 concepts because we never felt like fall rally really met our goals of what we wanted it to meet. So between Cooper and Audrey, they really felt like we could do this. And right now we have a little over 30 students registered and 10 adults, I think. But I can add more rooms this week, you guys, even over the weekend. I'm working on the rooming list tonight. But
That's $250 a student.
the student cost, I put that link on the chat. The student cost varies depending on how many are in the room, but it starts
Okay.
at $225 per person for 2 nights, and that includes all their meals and snacks. So, and the speakers, we have, and just so that you know, if you have a student that you know of, if you have a grandchild, if you have a niece or a nephew that you think might be interested, give
Okay,
me
all
a
right.
call,
Mhm.
because we want them to come.
They'd like to come for dinner Saturday night.
If any of the Kiwanians want to come for a meal, just even on Friday or Saturday night, please do. That's when Jamie Williams will be speaking. I think he'll be amazing. Every time I call him, he makes me tired. So he's going to keep up with those kids. He said, get those kids ready because they're not going to sit down. So I'm excited. I want you guys to experience this. And I know, I have I had expectations, but Cooper said the other night, Mom, the first year we had Key Leader, we only had 15 kids. This is going to be great. We're going to do this. So I'm excited. I want all of you to be excited too. And then if you can see these speakers, we can double this next year. I just know we can.
Okay, all right.
Great. Thanks, Tracy.
I hope that
for
answers
that. Yep.
Yeah.
questions.
We, West Omaha may be calling in with a couple of other questions. That's okay.
And district convention is in March then.
Got it.
Okay.
I got it down.
Okay,
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. I've
You
I've
bet.
I've got a question for Kathy because I can't pass up this opportunity. Are you sitting in the international offices right now?
No, I'm heading there in about 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, the reason I ask is I don't think we've ever talked to one of our counselors when you're in Indianapolis, actually going through the week of meetings. Can you just walk us through? I think this is a unique opportunity just to kind of share. So you're going to be there for the week. Is it like committee meetings or board meetings? Kind of how is the
Sure.
week structured so we get kind of an understanding of how our international board works?
Sure. So the immediate past president, the president, and all of them, along with Paul and the Kiwanis leaders per se, all meet all day on Monday. You come in on Sunday night, and everybody meets on Monday, going over the high level stuff. Tuesdays, when the executive committee is now there, everybody meets and discusses, the liability, what kind of lawsuits are going on, what are we doing about, districts that owe us lots and lots of money. What are we doing moving forward? Wednesday is a retreat where everybody is together. And honestly, Kiwanis International, when I was a trustee, they spent a lot of money on the retreat, and it was just, I could not get over. I don't know what the amount was, but they took us off site and they bussed us there, and brilliant meals and just a fancy schmancy place. And when I left there, I was like, my God, what a lot of money. This is one of the cost savings that Kiwanis has now done. They've gotten rid of all of that. In the evenings, they have food catered in, and we eat at the Kiwanis International office. We no longer go off site for the fancy dinners, except for last night when I got my vice president pin. Everybody got installed last night. So anyway, so yesterday's the retreat, and you just go through everything that we're going to be discussing. And, we learn about what Kiwanis actually is, who does what, who's Michelle Studi Campbell, who's all of these people. And again, it's just brilliant to see all of these Kiwanis International employees, what they do, and to hear their passion. Excuse me. And then last night is when we have the big installation of all the officers, and it's nice. And then today's the committee members. So if you are on the service and partnership, which is the CKI, Key Club, all of that, you had a meeting. Membership committee had a meeting. Audit and finance had. So there's all those meetings. So everybody has these meetings. We discuss it. We find out what are we going to be presenting. Tomorrow is a meeting of the whole. So all of our committee reports are discussed tomorrow as a group. And then Saturday we go into the board meeting.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that kind of explains what goes on all the week. That is pretty grueling. So, okay. All right. Any other questions, or who's got an upcoming club project, service project they want to share about? I know we got some good stuff going on out there. Julie Weaver, I'm gonna call you out. I've already introduced you as our vice governor, so I know I can put you on the spot. What's going on in Spencer?
Spencer's actually been a little bit quiet. We had Brian came up and did our division council meeting where we installed all of our officers for all of the clubs in our division, and so that was kind of a fun night. But outside of that, the fair's done and things have kind of settled a little bit, and we're okay that way. The next thing we've got is in December, we do a puzzle race, which is an interesting fundraising event that we do. And teams of 4 people come in and they have to eat a large pizza, put together a 500-piece puzzle, and drink a 12-pack of beer. And whoever's done first wins prizes.
Okay. That sounds fun.
It
I
is
expect
fun.
an invite, Julie. Julie, please invite me.
You know, you expect it to be loud and rowdy, but man, they are focused in. It is quiet and intense the whole time that they're there.
Until someone steals the last puzzle piece and then the brawl breaks out, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Our Story County Kiwanis clubs have a big project coming up. We have a new facility in Story County, just south of Nevada in Cambridge. It's called Ember, and it's a youth and shelter services facility for young people who, it's for rehab, for drug and alcohol, for substance abuse rehab center. And so we are in the process, we're putting together a fundraiser that the students have decided what that fundraiser is going to be, and then they will use the proceeds. They've decided that they're going to use the proceeds to buy winter clothes and coats for kids in the Ballard School District, which is where where this facility is. And so we're getting really excited. We found out, had a meeting with the director down there today, and found out that Jethro's Barbecue, anybody from Central Iowa here knows Jethro's Barbecue, they are going to donate the pulled pork. And Berkwood Farms is going to donate the meat for that pulled pork. And then Jethro's is also going to give us macaroni and cheese, their famous white macaroni and cheese, coleslaw, all the table service, and buns for $1 a serving. And one of the clubs is going to pick up that cost for all of that stuff. So everything that we get, plus the facility that we're using, we got free of charge.
That's
So
awesome.
everything we make on this dinner is going to go to the kids, the students, to use. And we're hoping that they're going to decide that they want to order all of this stuff online. They're going to hopefully work with the Ballard Kiwanis Club and the Wishing Tree, and choose some kids off of that wishing tree for Christmas, buy gifts for them, and then all of our clubs will donate wrapping paper, and they can wrap all these presents and get them to the kids in the Ballard School District. So that's the big thing we have coming up in November, and we're really excited about it. So that's
Yeah,
gonna be fun.
it should be. That's great. That's great. Looking at my screen, I'm gonna call Roger Carlin out, because I think I heard a congratulations is due for your club, new key club starting in Council Bluffs.
Two new key clubs starting in Council
Two.
Bluffs.
Okay.
And
What else you got going on here?
Tracy can probably tell you a little bit more about the second one, because she just met with their president and faculty advisor this morning. I was not able to make that meeting, but both of these came to us.
That's great.
The first one was a teacher at a parochial school here whose sons were attending Builders Club and K Kids in Missouri Valley. And so she helped get a key club started at St. Albert's Catholic School. And then that same time, we had now a senior out at Lewis Central who saw a TikTok feed that our Key Club district officers had put together, and that got him interested in Key Club. And so he recruited and has 16 members. He has the officers all lined up. He has a faculty advisor, and they filled out the charter paperwork online today while Tracy was meeting with them.
That's awesome. That's great. So congratulations on that. It's always great when kids come to us. So that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's sort of hard to turn them down when they come knocking your door and say, "Hey, we want to be a new club.
Exactly.
How can you help us?"
Exactly. So okay.
Thank you, Roger.
Well, we've heard from some Iowa folks, and now I'm gonna pick on a Lincoln club. I see Becky Keeps there smiling away. What's going on in Lincoln? Yep, being get unmuted. That is. Nope, not quite yet.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes.
We have pancakes coming up November 15th. So get hungry for pancakes. We're at Christ United Methodist Church at 45th and A on Saturday, November 15th. We've got projects going on with our Ag and Environment Committee does a lot of gardening work with Lincoln Public Schools. So we'll be doing nature night there. We're having a sustainability expo. We're going to have a booth and show what we do. And so that's kind of what we've been involved with here coming up. Few things.
Okay, good. We got a couple minutes left. Anybody else just throwing it open for questions or club sharing?
I just had a phone call with the principal of an elementary school who is ready to start a K-Kids at that school. So we have 2 K-Kids now, and so we are looking to start a third one. So I think we're in the end of the talk. So I think we're ready to get that paperwork done and get that charter going. So that's exciting for us.
That's awesome. Definitely.
Lisa?
Yes.
Betty
Betty.
Borchard.
Hi, Betty.
What I have to offer is not as extensive as what other people have been talking about, but I am kind of proud of our club. For 20 some years, we have been giving dictionaries to 3rd graders. And so I just ordered a couple cases of dictionaries today, so that we usually try to do that toward the end of October. And I picked this idea up at a district convention many years ago. And so we started it, and we've been doing it yearly since then.
Well, that's an awesome project for 20 years. That's a great commitment for your club. So appreciate your efforts to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Governor Brian, I guess I'm kind of looking your direction. We've covered a lot of stuff. We've heard a lot of stuff going on in the clubs. Anything you'd like to send us off with for this evening?
Sure. It's been an exciting night tonight. I really enjoy being the governor. I had questions about that. I thought, I wouldn't make it past 5 days, but now, wow, 16 days, that's a new record for me. So thank you so much, Roger. I'm going to be talking to you here in a couple of weeks. We're going to be putting on a little shindig in your neck of the woods. We're going to be down there at the, Mid-America Center. It's where we're going to have our convention next year. And so, Roger, I'm looking for a marching band. So pull one out of your pocket. I'm serious about this marching band. We'll talk a little bit later about that.
I noticed that August is a little bit early in the year before the school year has started. Well, so it might be a little bit of a challenge putting that together, but we can talk about that.
Yeah. And in that case, it'll be a walking band.
Okay.
So anyway, we'll work on that, but thank you for your support.
Well, we have a member that plays the trumpet, so maybe he'll want to play in your band.
Oh, cool. Yeah, please send his name my way. Please. I'm looking for trumpets. It'd be fun. But it's all about the kids. It's all about community. We always have to connect the dots back to that. So no matter what we're doing, we always do that. It is so fun to go around talking to everybody, seeing what's going on. And when I get tired, I just I kind of look at Fremont. Right now, they're the only club that has all 5 levels of SLPs, and you heard they're adding an additional K-Kids on top of that. So it's a challenge for them, but they're getting it done, and I'm hoping that some of our other clubs will take that challenge up and at least have one SLP and continue working the membership and have fun and keep your head on a swivel. Make sure you watch everybody. This 80-20 is killing us. 20% doing the 80% of the work, or in some cases 90-10. If that's the case, let us know. Let your district officers know. We have other folks that have expressed interest in going out and aiding and assisting some of the various clubs that might need some additional help. So don't be afraid of that. We've got some very motivated people, and they would be more than happy to help. And I'm all ears. I'll help you as much as I can, and I'm learning from you as much as hopefully you're learning from me. So with that, there's the award-winning Byron Tabor. Hey, you're looking younger every time I see you. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Anyway.
Hey, one thing.
Yes.
I just discovered a new barbecuer that we're going to add to the mix next year, who also happens to be on the board of the Vinton Kiwanis Club and has just started a key club up there.
Cool. Very good. Yeah, get up to Marion, go to that barbecue fest. It is good.
Also voted the best barbecuer in the state.
Okay, Byron, that's enough. Okay. Anybody else? Love you, man. All right. Thank you so much. Lisa, anything else?
No, nothing else. Just one more time, Brad Boyd, happy birthday, and go enjoy some of your birthday evening.
Thanks so
Okay.
much. I'm ready for cake.
Yes.
Okay.
Bradford, go do that.
And Governor Brian, I can play musical spoons, so
I need percussion. You're in.